All right, so happy Wednesday. Welcome to yoga. We're going to go ahead and get started by getting centered. So please sit comfortably. Feel free to elevate your seat if you'd like to. And once you do, feel your shoulders drop down your back, the top of your head reaching toward the ceiling, and letting your eyes gently close. Becoming aware of your body here, and the space occupied by your body. Noticing your breath in your body, expanding as you inhale, contracting as you exhale. And just see if you can make this breath just a little bit bigger. It doesn't have to be a full breath, but take in more air than you have been as you inhale, and let out a bit more air than you have been with your exhale. Allowing this bigger breath to bring you some energy, allowing this bigger breath to bring you some relief. And a deeper awareness of your body as well. What's going on in your system today? What feels tight or sore? What feels open and relaxed? Of course, the awareness of the breath also brings you to the present moment. So as you're breathing, notice what pulls you away, what thoughts and feelings and emotions are present that take you from your center. Of course, when you notice them taking you away, just bring yourself on back. Just a couple more of these bigger breaths. And then go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath in. At the top of your inhale, hold your breath in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, sigh it out. Let your breath adjust. Bring your palms together at your heart, lowering the chin, and honor yourself just as you are in this moment, body, breath, energy, and mind. And rub the palms together, creating heat. And taking the heated palms over your eyes, brushing over the top of the head and down your neck, welcoming yourself back to the room. All right, so go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you. You can just set your props off to the side if you'd like. Good. So just starting here, you're just going to patter the backs of the legs against the floor. Just stimulating the legs, bringing some blood flow, little percussion massage to the calves and the backs of the thighs. Breathe. And then windshield wiper the feet from side to side, feeling the legs loose all the way up into the hip socket. Side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side. Breathe. And patter again. Maybe a little harder than before, if that's okay. If it hurts, don't do it, but see what you can do. 3, 2, 1, and release. Good, good. Now all that is because we're going to come back into a comfortable seat. And I'm going to sit on the floor here. My body is fine doing this, but if you want to elevate your hips onto a blanket, you can. A block might be too high for this particular practice, but make yourself comfortable. If at the end of the day, this is just not working for you, you can just extend both legs forward and do the practice from here. All right? But if you can, cross the legs. All right. So sitting nice and tall, go ahead and place your left hand or fingertips to the floor next to you. And then take your right arm out to the side and turn the palms toward the ceiling. Good. With your next inhale, reach the right arm up and overhead. Feel your right hip ground onto the floor. And then exhale, come back up. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, return. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, return. Let's do a couple more times. Feeling length along the right side of your body. Reach and back. We're going to hold this time. Reach the right arm up and over. Stay. Good. Think about grounding your right hip again. And it's natural here as you're reaching for the right shoulder to roll forward. If you notice that happening, roll it back and keep reaching through the fingertips. Deep breaths. Good. And then go ahead and sit back up, releasing the right arm down. Notice the difference between the two sides. Probably feels like we should do the other side, so let's go ahead and do that. Right hand or fingertips to the floor next to you. Left arm out, palm face up. With your inhale, reach the left arm up and overhead, reach. And exhale, come back to a tall seat. Again, inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, return. Let's do a few more times. Keep that left hip grounding to the floor here. Reach and return. Reach up and over and return. Let's do one more. We're going to hold it this time. Reaching up and over. Ground the left hip. Roll the left shoulder back. Stay and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Come back up to a tall seat. Feel sensation on that left side after stretching it out a little bit here. And then feel free to extend both legs forward again. Good. Now leave the left leg extended and bend the right knee, bring the right foot to the inner thigh. Now, when you do this, your hips start to tuck under a little bit, so you actually have to reach back and grab the flesh of your seat and widen your hips back. Okay, it's yours, you can touch it, it's fine. Flex the left foot, pull the toes back, sit up nice and tall, and turn the navel more toward that left foot. Good. Now, from wherever you're at here, I just want you to bring your hands down on either side of your leg. That might not be that far, or it might be a little bit further. That's fine, but feel your spine tall. With a nice hold on that leg, take a deep breath in. With an exhale, bend your elbows and let your chest draw forward. Don't round the upper back. Good. Inhale, straighten the arms. Good. Exhale, bend the elbows again. Draw the chest toward the thigh. Inhale, straighten the arms. Again, exhale, folding here. Inhale, sitting up. Good. Exhale, fold at your furthest point. And again, don't round the upper back. You can try to keep it flat, shoulders dropping down. Reach your hands further forward down the leg toward the ankle. Good. Now stay there. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows. Draw yourself closer. Now we're just getting warmed up here. It's okay if it's not your deepest fold. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows. And try to keep that left foot flexed, please. Inhale, straighten the arms. Let's do a couple more. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw the heart toward the thigh. Inhale, straighten. Good. Last one. Exhale, bend the elbows and fold. Let's stay here. Again, try not to round the upper back. Try to keep the upper spine flat here. Good. Then inhale, straighten the arms and sit back up nice and tall. All right, now we get to do the other side. So straightening your right leg forward, bend your left knee, bring the foot to the inner thigh. Reach back and widen the flesh of your seat if you need to. Sitting up nice and tall, bring your hands down to either side of your leg. Good, deep breath in. Exhale, bend both elbows, draw your heart toward the right thigh. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw the heart toward the leg. Inhale back up. Let's do a few more. Keeping the upper back flat here. Keeping the right foot flexed here. Good. Exhale, bend the elbows. Go to your furthest point without rounding the upper back. Once you're at that point, you can walk your hands down the leg toward the ankle. Good. We'll go a little bit deeper now. Take a deep breath in from here. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw the chest closer to the thigh. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw the chest forward. Inhale, straighten the arms. Couple more. Then exhale, bend the elbows, draw the chest toward the thigh, and stay. Again, don't round the upper back. I know it's tempting. And do try to keep that right foot flexed, even if you don't go as far. Good. Inhale, straighten the arms and sit back up. Beautiful. Go ahead and bend both knees, bring your feet flat to the floor, and have your feet about mat width apart, okay? And you want your feet to be as far forward as you can without the ball of the foot popping up. So once you get to that point, just back up a little bit. Good. Your hands are braced behind you. Try to keep the spine nice and lifted, or the heart nice and lifted. And then drop the knees to the right and come back to center. And then drop the knees to the left, back to center. And just keep going from side to side. And I like to inhale as I take the knees to a side and exhale to center. Inhaling as you take the knees to the side creates a bit more length in the sides of your body. But of course, if that breathing rhythm doesn't work for you, you can do whatever you feel like here. Just a few more times from side to side, feeling the hips loose, lower back relief here. It's also kind of giving yourself a glute massage. Hopefully that feels good. Breathe. Good. And then drop the knees to the right and allow the left knee, the inside knee, to really draw down toward the floor and then feel your heart lift, especially the left chest. Good. And then bring the knees back to center and drop them to the left. Once you're there, allow the right knee to drop further down toward the ground and then lift the right chest. Good. Inhale back to center. Good job. All right. So bring the feet a little bit closer together and draw the feet closer to your body. You can wrap your arms around your shins if you'd like to, or just hold on to the shins themselves. And then sit up nice and tall. Draw the heart up. And then just gently lean back and lift your feet off the ground. Feel the core engaged here as the heart lifts. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet back down. Get a better grip. We're going to come back into it. Lean back. Keep the feet lifted and the knees drawn in. Extend your arms forward, palms up like you're holding a tray. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Holding onto the shins, go ahead and bring the feet down. Some of you know we're going a bit further now. So when you're ready, lean back, extend the arms forward, and then bring the shins parallel to the ground as well. The knees can be bending. Good. Keep the heart lifting here. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees in, hold on to the shins, and place the feet down. We're going to do one more, just one more. All right. So lift the chest, lean back gently, extend the arms, extend the legs. This time the legs straighten out, and you're going to lean back a little bit further, keeping your back flat. This is a high boat pose. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees in and place the feet on down. Good job. All right, so not a smooth transition, but our next pose, we're going to roll over onto our bellies. Good. Coming down onto your abdomen, please bring your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows bending and squeezing in towards your sides. Good. And have the legs a bit closer together here. We'll play around with a locust pose. So with your exhale, press your pelvis strong into the floor. With your inhale, lift your head, chest, and your legs. Locust pose. Exhale, release down. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the head, chest, and the legs. Exhale, release. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale one more time. We're going to hold it for about 4 breaths. Inhale, lifting up, head, chest, legs. Squeeze the elbows in. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, release down. Take an adjusting breath here. Good. Now from here, curl the toes under. You're going to press up to hands and knees, and let's come into downward facing dog. You might have to walk your feet forward a couple of inches here. All right, it's our first down dog of the night. Let's walk it out a bit, pressing a heel to the floor as you bend the opposite knee. Feeling the backs of the legs lengthen a bit. We did a little bit of hamstring stretching earlier, but perhaps there's a bit more that's being asked for here. Do your best to keep the back flat as well, hips reaching toward the ceiling behind you. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Release the feet. Exhale, child's pose. Take a breath here. Good. Then inhale back up to hands and knees. And exhale, downward facing dog. In down dog, keeping your body in down dog. Go ahead and look at your thumbs. And then exhale, tuck the chin and look at your navel, or at least in that direction. Then inhale, look forward towards your thumbs. Exhale, navel, and do that several more times, stretching and strengthening the neck. Good. One more time. And then carefully go ahead and walk your hands back to meet your feet coming into the standing forward fold. Good. Releasing the head here. The shoulders, the arms, the neck. Knees are gently bent, just a little bit of a give to them. Good. With your next inhale, press palms to shins, come halfway up, chest parallel to the ground. Then exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale. And down. Inhale. And down. One more time. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides with a strong back. Lift yourself all the way up. And then release the arms down. Good. Feeling sensation. All right. So go ahead and bring your feet to stack underneath your hips. Good. It's a little bit of balancing practice. I think we did this a couple weeks ago, but bring your hands onto your hips. Now focus your eyes to a single non-moving point in front of you. You want to feel your legs squeezing toward one another as you do this movement. You're just going to releve up onto the balls of your feet and then slowly lower back down, okay? Building calf strength, building foot strength. Inhale, rolling up, ankle strength as well, and down. It's okay if you don't do it perfectly. Rolling up and down, up and down. We're going to do this about 30 seconds total. Up and down, up and down. Again, think about the thighs squeezing together as you lift up, everything kind of gathering toward the core, and then you're releasing it down as you exhale. A couple more times. Good. We're going to hold it this time. Squeeze everything in. Lift the heels. It's almost like the pelvis is pulling upwards here, the heart lifting, the crown of the head lifting. 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Hinge at the hips and fold. Good. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up, inhale. And release the arms down. Good. Please come into a wide leg stance. And for this particular practice, you're going to have your toes pointing directly forward, not out to the sides. If anything, they're pigeon toeing a little bit here, okay? Good. So a little bit more back strengthening. With your inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides and up. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and swan dive down over the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sides, come halfway up, float. Exhale, fold down. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, halfway up and float. Exhale, fold. Halfway up and down a couple more times here. Halfway up and down. Last one. And down. Inhale all the way up. Stay standing. Exhale, release the arms. Good. Keeping the legs wide, go ahead and cut the heels inward, toes pointing out about 45 degrees so that the knees can bend out toward their own toes. Good. Hands on the hips here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend both knees, dropping down into a squat. Inhale, straighten the legs, come back up. Good. Exhale again, sink down. Inhale, straighten the legs. Try to keep the heart lifting here as you sink down. And then inhale back up, sinking down, lifting up. 2 more times. and coming up. We're going to come back into that in just a moment. Let's add some arm movements. Dropping your arms down. Go ahead and sweep your arms forward, up and back, down, forward, up and back. Just start to do these backstroke windmills here. And breathe, maybe picking up the pace a little bit here so you can kind of feel the wind on your face. Good. Feel the full rotation of your shoulder joints and taking some big breaths here. Backstroking. Now, if you want to make this a bit more difficult, you can switch which arm crosses in front each time. If that just confuses you, maybe still try it. It's okay if you mess up. But if it's just really unachievable tonight, that's okay. Don't worry about it. So for the last, we'll say 30 seconds here, bend your knees. Breathe. This is how you get time to slow down. It's only been 15 seconds. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, release the arms down. Good. Take a moment, feel sensation, but just one moment. We did the backstroke. We're going to do the forward stroke. So with the arms down, sweep the arms behind you, up, forward cross, down, back, up, cross, and down. Good. These forward strokes of the arms, getting the movement into your body. And at a certain point, you might want to start to pick up the pace. Only do so if you want to. Again, you could also switch which arm crosses in front each time. Again, if that's challenging for you, again, maybe still try it, but don't hold yourself to perfection, all right? Swinging the arms, loose shoulders, deep breaths, especially if you're feeling some fatigue in those shoulder joints. I promise it'll be worth it. Good. So for the last 30 seconds, bend the knees, try not to slap your thighs, and keep going. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms, straighten the legs. Good job. Turning the feet parallel again, toes pointing forward or pigeon toeing slightly. Couple of options here. You can just come into the forward fold as we did before. If you'd like to, you can interlace your fingers behind your back, like so. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the arms off the back, hinge at the hips, and fold here. After the shoulder work we just did, this might feel good. Now, whichever forward fold you're doing, let the knees be gently bent, just a little bit of a give to them, and release the head. Good. Now staying in the forward fold. If you're not there already, release the arms. Let them hang toward the floor. Good. Then fingertips on the ground. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Strong back, lift yourself up. And then release the arms. Good job. It's getting harder to lift the arms past here at this point. But we're going to do more with it, so stay with me, all right? Go ahead and release your left hand down onto your left thigh. Take the right arm out to the side, turn the palm up. We've been here before, but on the ground. We're going to take this a step further now. With your inhale, reach the right arm up and overhead and tilt to the left. Good. Exhale, come back up to standing. Let's do that again. Inhale, reaching up and over, tilting to the side, and coming back up. Exhale. Again, reach and return. Reach and return. Good. We're going to stay this time. All right. Go ahead and reach up and over. Roll the right shoulder back a bit more. Keep energy moving through the right arm, through the fingertips. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and stand back up. All right, feels like you're going to fall back over, so let's do the other side. Before that happens, right hand down onto the right thigh, left arm out, palm up. When you're ready, inhale, go ahead and reach up, and then fold over. Exhale, return. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, return. Few more times, keep going. Feeling length on that left side. And feeling that core engage as you come back up to standing. All right. So I think this is the last one. Go ahead and tilt over, reaching through the left fingertips, energy moving through the arm, side of the body, breathing here. Good. Go ahead and come back up and release the arm. All right, we're going to do some work with a twist in the forward fold. All right, so when you're ready, go ahead and just hinge at the hips and come on down. Again, the toes are pointing forward here. And if the floor is feeling far away, you can always bring yoga blocks underneath your hands. Good. All right. So in the forward fold, go ahead and walk your hands towards your left foot. It's okay if the left knee bends here a bit to help that along, but you're reaching through the right arm. I'm going to give a few more instructions here. Only go as far as your body wants to today. So stop when it feels like you're at your point. If you want to take this a step further, you're reaching through your right hand, bring your left hand onto the left leg or your left hip. If you have that connection, draw the right chest closer to the left thigh. In other words, roll the left shoulder back. So coming into a twist. Again, it's okay if the left knee is bending here. If you are in the twist, think about back bending with your upper back. So drawing the left chest away from the thigh, the right chest toward the thigh. There's a lot going on here. And staying for just a few more breaths. Good. And then with an inhale, unwind if you are in the twist. And then we'll walk the hands back to center. Stay for a moment. Hmm. All right. Side number 2. From the forward fold, walk your hands towards your right leg. It's okay to bend the right knee to help that along, but keep reaching through the left hand. Good. Again, go only as far as your body wants you to today. If you want to take it a step further from here, you can slide the right hand up the leg, maybe even onto the hip. If you get there, think about drawing your left chest closer to your right thigh and rolling the right shoulder back. So coming into a twist. Breathe. Staying for just a little bit longer here. With an inhale, carefully unwind, walking the hands back to center and stay in the forward fold for a breath or two. Good. Sweeping the arms out to the sides, come all the way up, strong back. And release the arms down. All right. So we are going to do just a couple more exercises with the legs wide, but before we do, I'm going to give you a break. Go ahead and bring the feet closer together again. Might help to shake them off. All this will make sense in time. At least I think it will. We'll find out, won't we? So we're just going to do the same releve exercise we did earlier. It'll help to kind of bring some blood flow back to the feet and to the ankles. So hands on the hips if you'd like to, and then zip on up and zip on down. Zip on up and zip on down. Keep going. Up and down, up and down. One more time, up and down, and release. Good. All right, we're gonna come back into the wide leg stance here. I don't know why I started singing, but here we are. So watch me do this once or twice just so that you can see it in my body before you do it in yours. So earlier we came into this posture here, all right? We're going to take this just a step further. So we'll stay here for a couple of breaths just to get this back into our bodies. But after that, what we'll do is take the right shoulder and we'll roll it forward to look down at the floor here. My right arm is reaching further to the left. Now, what could happen here is you might be able to slide your hand further down the leg. We're actually deeper into the fold here, and then you'll roll the shoulder back at this deeper point. And then we're going to do that 2 or 3 times. Reaching to the side, rolling the shoulder back in the deeper side fold. All right? So let's do it together. Nice wide feet. Take your left hand onto the leg, reach your right arm up and over and tilt over. Good. Again, staying for a couple of breaths, getting this pose into the body, grounding the right foot, reaching through the right arm and fingertips. Good. All right. When you're ready, roll your right shoulder down, inhale, and reach as far to the left as you can. Again, you might slide your left hand down the leg. With your exhale, roll the right shoulder back from that deeper fold. And do that 2 or 3 more times. Reach the side and roll back. Reach the side and roll back. One more time. Reach and roll and stay. If it's too much to have the arm extended here, you can always bring it onto your hip, but you keep rolling the right shoulder back. 2 and 1. Let that right arm reach toward the ceiling and pull you back up. Yeah, when you come up, you realize just how far in there you were. So side number 2. Take the right hand onto the right leg, sweep the left arm up and over. Let's find the pose on this side to get started. Ground the left foot, reach through the left fingertips. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead and with an inhale, roll the left shoulder down, reach as far to the right as you can. Stay in that deeper fold and roll the left shoulder back. Again, roll the chest down, reach to the right, and exhale, roll the shoulder back. Let's do 3 more. Reach and roll, reach and roll. Last one, reach and roll the left shoulder back powerfully. Good. Breathing here. Again, you could always bring your hand onto your hip if it's too much to have the arm overhead, but keep that left shoulder reaching back. 2, and 1. Reach the left arm up like you're holding onto a rope. Allow yourself to be pulled back up, and then release that arm down. Good. Beautiful. So one more practice with the legs wide here. And we'll come back into the forward fold for that. So hinging at the hips, dropping down. It might feel good to feel a symmetrical stretch at this point. All right, so when we come into this pose, I'm going to give you an option to move your arms around, and I'll tell you that once we get there. All right, but to start, bring your hands onto your shins. Bring the chest parallel-ish to the floor, and then bend both knees forward. And the idea is that your hips and your chest are on the same flat level plane here. All right, nice little bit of a hip squat situation. Looking at the ground. Now you can keep your hands right where they're at. If you want to take this to stage 2, you can bring your hands onto your hips. If you realize that was a mistake, you can bring your hands back onto your shins or ankles. And if you want to take it one more step further, you can take the arms out to the side, airplane arms. If you realize that was a mistake, you can come back to whatever position you wanted to from before, but we're going to stay for about 15 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Hands to the floor, straighten the legs and fold. Beautiful. All right, so just as a transition, come up halfway. Figure out which side of your mat is the top of your mat, and then turn your body that way, pointing that foot, those toes toward that side of your mat, so you can step back to downward facing dog. If none of that made sense, just come into downward facing dog. And feel some length in your spine here as the hips reach. And after a few breaths in down dog, go ahead and float down onto hands and knees, release your feet. Maybe take the knees just a little bit wider apart, and then sink into child's pose. Good. From child's pose, please slither down onto your belly. Good. Hands underneath the shoulders, elbows bending and squeezing in toward your sides. You guessed it. Locust pose. Ground your hips. Inhale, lift the head, chest, and legs. Exhale, float down. Inhale, locust. Exhale, down. Locust pose, inhale. Exhale, release. Twice more. Inhale. And down. Last one. We'll hold for 3 breaths. Come on up. Staying up. Squeeze the elbows in. Lift the inner thighs. Inhale to your highest point. And then exhale slowly. Lower on down. Good. From here, please roll over onto your back. All right. So a couple more postures here. So once you're on your back, go ahead and interlace your fingers in front of you. Press the palms away from you and take the arms all the way overhead. Now with an inhale, I want you to reach through the palms and then reach through the heels like you just woke up, a big stretch throughout the entire body. When you're ready, inhale, reach. And release. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach in both directions. And release. Good. One more time. Reach and release. Good. Bringing the arms down. So just as a kind of a prep, go ahead and bring your feet flat to the floor. Now keep your shoulders and your head where they're at, and you're going to scooch just your hips to the right side of your yoga mat. Just the hips to the right side. And then bring your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg to the floor. Good. Now holding on to the right knee with the left hand, allow your right arm to hang out to the side or be a cactus. And then draw the left, sorry, with the left hand, draw the right knee across the body into a twist. You can turn your chin to the right here if you'd like to. And let's just hang out. If you need to, you can scoot your hips back a little bit further. Now, earlier in our centering practice, we talked about making the breath just a little bit bigger. And so it might feel counterintuitive since we're in a twist, but I invite you into that bigger breath now. Inhaling more than you normally would, exhaling more than you normally would. How far you go is up to you. All right, all right. With your next inhale, carefully unwind. Mm. Bringing both feet flat to the floor. Go ahead and scoot your hips to center on your mat. Look down, make sure that happened. And then scooch your hips again to the left. Again, your shoulders stay in center. And once the hips are on the left side of your yoga mat, draw the left knee in, extend the right leg down. Good. Now holding on to the left knee with the right hand, your left arm hangs out to the side or as a cactus. And then draw the left knee across the body toward the floor on the right side. Just like before, you may want to scoot your hips back a bit more, and then turn your chin to the left, away from the bent knee. And taking some bigger breaths. One more breath here. With an inhale, take your time as you carefully unwind to center, bringing both feet flat to the floor again. Scoot your hips back to the center of your yoga mat. Look down, make sure that that actually happened. So bring the knees into your chest once you get there. And from here, we're going to transition into happy baby pose. So take your knees wide of your arms. The feet might come close together. And then hold on to the pinky edge of your feet with the respective hand. Right hand holds right foot, left hand holds left foot. And then point your heels toward the ceiling. Your knees are out by your armpits. Now, it's natural here for your lower back to pop up off the ground, so think about rolling that back down and then drawing the feet downward as if you're pulling the knees toward the ground. Good. Hanging out here. All right, so we're going to play around with this a little bit, okay? So keep your right side of your body where it's at. So keep holding it in happy baby. Bring your left foot back to the floor, knee bending. Good. Now keep your left hip grounding. You can even take your right hand onto that. And what you might be able to do here, since you're not working both hips at once, is bring your right knee a little bit further out to the right. Breathe. Nice little hip stretch here. Now, of course, we do have to do the other side. So keep the right side of the body relatively where it's at. Let's come back into full happy baby, holding on to the outside of the left foot as well. And then we'll switch sides. Bring the right foot flat to the floor, knee bending. Right hand on the right hip to keep it grounding. And with the right hip grounding and the right foot on the floor, you might be able to bring your left knee closer to the ground on your left side. Try not to clench your teeth here. And please do breathe. Let's do one more breath here. Good. And then however you want to do it, just bring both knees into your chest. I won't tell you how to get there, just bring both knees in. Now holding on to your shins, go ahead and curl your chin in towards your throat, bring your forehead up toward the knees, shoulders lift, and then get a better grip, maybe closer toward the ankles on your legs. You might even wrap your arms around your legs and hold on to your hands. And with that deeper grip, release the shoulders and head back down and curl your tailbone closer to the floor. Breathe. All right. So when you feel complete in this posture, go ahead and extend your legs down to the floor, heels about mat width apart, and your arms by your sides. And we'll rest here for a little bit. Let the toes flop out to the side. This relaxes the hips. Relax the grip of your hands, your jaw, your eyes. And notice sensation in your body. We did a lot of work for extending the left, or sorry, the lateral portions of our body, the sides of our bodies. We did a little bit of work for the hips. We strengthened the core and lower back. Just notice what information is there for you in your body. And then notice the breath flowing in and out, your body expanding and contracting. And just keep tracking the rhythm of your breath as you rest deeper and deeper. peace, peace, peace. Please begin to take a deeper, fuller breath and make some gentle movements in your hands and feet, your arms and legs, waking the body back up. Doing so gently as you roll to your right side, and taking your time as you come to a seat from here. And once you have arrived in a seat, you can bring your palms together and bow your chin and honor yourself for the work you've done here tonight, feeling gratitude for the effort you put forth. And may that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until next time, namaste.